Coffee Cults, Empires. I'm host, Intern. Still floor. Week 3. Hold on. Coffee. Bad. Coffee isn't good here. But, does the job, mostly. Whew, awake now. I'm awake all the time, except when I sit down to record the intro, of course. Now I get tired. No, I can do it. Power through. Really, really haven't been sleeping well. There's weird noises at night. Actually, there's weird noises all the time, but then everyone goes home for the day, and that's just the weird noises. It's probably just the equipment, like the lab stuff and the air conditioner, whatever. But sometimes I hear things coming from the world. Distant voices, whispers. It's probably fine. Episode. Last time, victory. They fought the double food and they won. They got into the resort hotel. No problems, no traps. Tannum said, no traps.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you all again. So, I can currently see the destination that we've been trying to get to all this time.
Yes. Looking out the window, and then this is when Hellena uncovered briefly the bottom of the bell, and it shined out through the windows from where you're all standing in your penthouse suite, which, remember, you got because you came in the entrance that was...
Yeah, we went in the wrong door.
Through the special gate, yes.
Yeah, we came in the back door, and that I'm still very confused about why we have a hotel and who's watching us, but there's no traps here. I remember that for sure.
There's specifically no physical traps that you could perceive.
I am completely certain there's no...
I'm sorry, only no physical traps.
No traps at all. There's no one in ambush. There's no one. It's perfect.
Yeah, anything that would be perceivable by perceiving in the hallway. You did such a good perception.
Look, I know I'm not good at this, but I need to check for spiritual traps.
Okay, roll a religion check, I guess.
Oh, that's not going to be good. And now I got to grab my dice. I wasn't quite ready for this.
You just see Eureka's.
Excuse me?
No, Eureka's is a financial trap.
Oh, yes. My mistake.
Tell that to the followers. I mean, I guess, like, they are also suffering financial.
See, that
That'll be 11.
There doesn't seem to be any spiritual risks beyond, what's normally around.
Weird.
DM, I want to do something that's really pretty unusual for me.
Sure, yeah.
I can see the place we're trying to go, right?
Yes.
I would like to go there.
What?
Wow, you're so focused.
Oh, boy, roll survival for that. I don't know.
So are you using a spell?
I'm going to walk down. I'm going to bring anybody who will come with me.
You're lying.
I'm going to announce where I'm going. I'm like, I'm going to go there. And I'm going to point
to the hut at the south end of the hunter's village?
Yep. And I say, I think we should go there. Let's go. And then I'm going to start walking.
I know I'm not the DM, but I call it roll for deception.
It's not deception, right?
I mean, I'll roll. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it's not deception, though. This is your intent. So this is...
Roll for self-deception.
If you want to claim that this is self-deception, then...
Oh my God, can we just walk where we're going?
We're actually going to get breakfast, I swear.
No, it's lunchtime. Anyhow, actually, it's probably still just not that long after breakfast.
I will reach in there and kill you.
Okay,
My persuasion and deception are the same. I have rolled a 22 to convince, no, sorry, a 24 to convince Eureka's to come with me.
Wow.
Both lying and being genuine, which is kind of my whole deal.
Okay, so I'm wearing the helm. What thoughts do I read?
Remember, this is complicated, right?
Is it?
Because of the prince.
Oh, okay. Does Eureka discover the prince?
Eureka has done this, but
Is that what we're going to spend the next amount of time doing, DM, instead of going to the location?
can Eureka maybe just not?
I'm starting to feel like I'm the problem.
Wait, now?
Can we please walk where we're going?
There's this huge revelation. Eureka, you are floored. We spend like 3 hours figuring it out, and then we walk to the place.
Wow, it's so rare anyone ever tells me what to do. I'm flabbergasted and I decide to follow.
Definitely, yeah. We can discuss this while we walk, obviously. It being such a big revelation.
Whew, okay, are you ready to not get distracted on this place full of distractions?
I figure we kind of have to go back to the lift and go down it.
So you head down. There is another, you get the impression it's not quite the same butler construct, very similar, but is waiting there, not like waiting for you, but just being generally available.
This one is different. It's Jank Eve table.
That's way better. I was going to call him dumbwaiter.
I don't think mine's better at all. That's pretty good.
You can hear people having fun back in the ground floor of the hotel, but beckoning before you is the door to the outside.
All right, we spend a solid hour futzing with Jank Eve table and then continue on our way.
Okay. I can move you guys on the map here. Can everyone see my glaze connected with my extra glaze with the map?
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks good and appropriately priced.
Okay, so you're moving down.
Is Jank Eve table part of our party now?
No.
Ah,
That's too bad.
Can he be, though?
Are you sure? Can we roll for it?
I mean, if Eureka gets an army of followers, can also have an army of dumbwaiters?
No.
I mean, smart waiters. Super smart construct waiters, obviously.
No.
Oh,
this is important, though. We have Tagak and Teep, right?
Yes.
There's Smart Jimmy.
Smart Jimmy is on Eureka's shoulder still. Yes.
We've got an unknown number of followers.
7.
It's been consistently that.
Yeah, it's not even the same people. They just kind of drift in and out.
Oh, this is wonderful. Eureka is the best character. All right.
Okay.
So we have this like parade.
Big crowd. Yep.
Yep. That's why we needed leadership. Onward.
Okay. Riffert seems like a fastest path kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Probably going to take the path and not go into the spiral gardens.
I am the most focused I have ever been.
Okay.
I walk in a straight line through the spiral gardens.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And the lake, too, if it's in my way.
Okay, so before we do that, let me describe the entrance to the spiral gardens. There's a wall around it, and the wall is very desert rock themed. There's no greenery on the outside, but you can see over the edge, and when you look through the entrance, that it is intensely green on the inside.
so do we know what these spiral gardens are all about?
No, they're just an obstacle in the way, and we're going to walk through it.
Well, okay,
I try to climb up the wall.
I mean, there's an entrance.
Oh, there's like a gate. All right, we go in there.
Okay. So this is not technically a trap,
Great.
but I guess everybody, so once you're inside the gardens, everybody roll me a visual perception check.
16.
2.
21.
Oh, and I should roll. Okay. Hellena and Tagak and Teep, when you walk in through this gate where it is no greenery on the outside and lots of greenery on the inside, and the greenery seems to be spiraling around this central lake, you are suddenly intensely reminded of the sorceress's oasis. It's not as big, and it's not the same plants necessarily, but it is very evocative.
Oh, there's going to be like a tiny tower in the middle here. And we can like reach in and grab hot pebbles out of one of the rooms.
Teep, does your mom have fangirls?
Both Tagak and Teep are a little bit freaking out. They're not screaming or anything, but one of the things that you notice, Hellena, is that both of them are uncomfortable.
Are there small lizards running around
Yes, there are.
that we can interrogate?
I don't know. They're just lizards. So, like,
All right. Well, I rolled a 2, so I probably don't see them, but I feel like Eurekas might, take issue with some of these lizards.
no, Eureka's did not get high enough to notice the lizards.
Wow, I'm so well behaved today.
From looking previously at where we were aiming, did we know then that we could choose to walk around this?
You did see that there was a path around, and I don't think it registered that this was, because something that you do remember from the Oasis is that there was one entrance, and so there is not a through here unless, as you noted, people are planning to climb interior walls once you get to the other end.
Oh, there's not a door on the other side?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, that's cool. I probably wouldn't remember that.
So, hey everyone, Tagak and Teep, I don't know if you've noticed, are sharing my realization that this is very familiar in an uncomfortable way. And I don't really want to walk through it in order to be ambushed only to find out there's probably not a door on the other side. How about we go around?
I argue about it for an hour and then eventually give in, and then that's what we do.
So if everything that we have glossed over like that is true, then it's getting towards evening.
That should be canon, but it's up to you, DM. I don't actually have the power to control time like that, but I think that's how it should be.
I don't think that Hellena would stand there for an hour. I think she might argue with you for like 5 minutes and then she's going to just start walking.
All right. We argue for an amount of time that the DM determines, and then we go.
But it feels like hours. Okay, so you head back out of the Spiral Gardens and down the path. As you're going down this path on the side with the gardens, it's still this piled up desert rock wall. And where it says offices here on the map, there's some hedges so that you can't actually see that building that's labeled offices. You just see some hedges.
We pay all the attention to the hedges.
As you pass through the catapult flying lanes, catapult transport goes flying overhead. But then you make it down to the Sport Hunters Village.
Yay.
You see a bunch of these one-room, very fancy cottages. They are clearly made to appear to be rustic or like give the vibes of rusticness, but they are clearly not. These are luxury cabins that are like doing an impression of rusticness, trying to appeal to people who are going to be paying a lot to stay there for the experience of living in a rustic cottage and are sufficiently unfamiliar with staying in a rustic cottage that they would not realize how not realistic it is.
I love this. I would like my followers, while we're passing through, to just toss out friendship bracelets so they end up on the doorknobs with my information.
As a real and genuine prince, this seems like a truly rustic experience, and I see no issue with this.
Definitely.
Oh.
So another feature of the Sport Hunters Village is that there are dead giant spiders mounted everywhere.
Ew.
Okay, so now we're really rustic.
Yeah, that's pretty rustic.
Because spider blood is kind of corrosive, so there's probably a lot of rust.
Every cottage has spider heads, spider legs, complete spiders, taxidermied and mounted in various ways. There's some posed in scary looking configurations.
So this is what becomes the theme park, is it?
All right. So I'm going to walk up to the particular hut that we have identified.
So the light was shining on a particular hut. A quick little uncovering of the light will point again to the hut that is up against you remember the spike fence that was around the the whole complex.
Mm-hmm.
Up against that, there is a hut on the Sport Hunters side of that spike fence. And that is the hut that was getting pointed at.
Is there like a door?
Yeah.
Okay. I will put my hand on the latch or knob or whatever is the opener of this door. And at that moment, remember that I can't remember why we're here. And so I'm going to turn to the group and we need a quick recap. What are we going to do? I remember there was some kind of job at a casino.
Yeah, a job.
We were like skulking around and there were spiders and there was a guy who all the
Yeah.
rooms in his house were different. And there was a tunnel under the ground with a mirror.
And then there's a party for me.
Yeah, that was very important. I remember that pretty clearly. And then we went to the tower and that seemed like it was kind of pointless because we had to give back the treasure. And then we really nailed Beebs. That was pretty good.
Ooh, do you think that Beebs would appreciate some taxidermied spiders as a present?
Yes, in the mail specifically.
One piece at a time.
Yeah, I send one of my followers to do that right now.
So somebody sent a bunch of spiders to attack the city.
That's right. Okay, there was an attack. Okay, I remember that now.
Right. And we're supposed to figure out who that was. And I don't think it's a great sign that the garden looks so much like the sorceress's garden. So I'm kind of thinking that I just want to see what's inside this hut and see if maybe it's the second mirror.
Right, the spiders came out of the mirror and there's another mysterious mirror somewhere that's the other side.
And the bell is pointing to that.
And that's where we've been going.
Do you guys want to go in here with Pass Without a Trace? Do you want to sneak in here or do you want to kick the door in?
How about this? This is a power I don't use very often. Can I ask the prince to take a peek inside?
Roll a investigation check.
Natural 1.
Wah, wah, wah.
The prince is absent, which is why Eureka's didn't discover anything when she read my mind earlier.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, the prince is, for some reason, briefly absent.
But he needs a break too sometimes.
Yeah, he's a prince. He has things to do.
All right. Well, then Pass Without a Trace.
I'm more into passing with a lot of traces, but yeah, let's do this.
Ooh. I at one point had thieves' tools. I can't remember if I've checked or not whether they're still there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe check.
It's an 8.
Oh, man.
Oh, I actually have thieves' tools too. I'm not actually joking. I have this boot and it does things to doors. Don't mind me. I'm just going to unlock this door and I kick it down, ideally.
Okay.
I mean, you get a +10 to stealth checks, not guaranteed perfection.
Okay, let's see. First, roll me a strength check.
Oh, wow. That was going to go poorly. That's a 19.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. Now roll me just a d20.
You know, that didn't go badly either. That's a 16.
Okay.
16 is the number of spiders that I annoyed.
No, you were lucky, and you kick near the handle, and it just opens because it wasn't locked.
Sweet.
So you actually do kind of stealthily kick the door open.
I'm really good at breaking and entering.
Calumn is so impressed. I believe that you unlocked the door with your magic special boot. ODM, really quick. I put away the giant ring of keys I got from the guard, which was going to be my backup plan instead of thieves' tools.
It's not a bad backup plan.
Any one of you tried would have worked.
The funniest part is that I do actually have thieves' tools. I have artisan's tools, and I can magically create any type of tools.
That's fun.
But I kicked it, which is a tool.
And I have a ring of keys from a different town.
Okay, it is a lot on the inside like it is on the outside. Obviously trying to be rustic, but there's a bed in there, and it's very clearly like the mattress is not stuffed with straw. This is a nice mattress. Doesn't look like there's anyone staying in it right now. And yeah, you are in the hut with the door wide open.
Hellena, where does the light point?
So we don't see anybody? Just the inside of a cabin?
Yep.
All right. Hey, gingerly take the light out.
It points directly at a rug.
We look under the rug.
There is a trap door there.
we look under the trap door.
I start rifling through my keys again. But really quietly, though, because Pass Without a Trace helps me.
I'll use my thieves' tools again.
Okay.
And by that, I mean I'll try to open it first because I did learn from the first time.
You gonna check for traps?
I am a natural check for traps.
Traps fear me.
Unless somebody wants to push me aside, I definitely don't check for traps.
No, I want to see the master work again. That was the last time was so impressive.
He reaches down and opens the trapdoor.
Whoa.
And behind the door, there's a set of stairs. What order are you going down in?
3 of the followers first.
No.
I'll go first because I'm large and blocky shaped.
Do you want me to throw one of the taxidermied spiders down the stairs first?
Oh, we should all get inside one of the taxidermied spiders and each control one of the legs and we can crawl down there. Nobody'll know.
Okay.
We spend way too long trying to make that plan work.
Yeah. Way too long.
The next day, we try to go down.
And one of my followers says already made me a spider outfit for later.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, so Dawn goes first. All
Yeah.
right, I follow bravely.
Justice is gonna guard the door.
Yeah, I'll follow Eureka's.
I'll go last.
Except for the followers.
Are they coming or are they gonna stay with Justice?
Yeah, 4 of the followers come.
Teep and Tagak are here too, remember?
Oh, that's right.
They can go first.
There's a bed. They'll be busy.
Oh,
Yeah, I've not really envisioning our honeymoon involving going into creepy basements.
Where did you think we were actually going?
breakfast would have been a fair guess.
Beebs is miles away.
Yeah, but we could probably find a way.
But then Teep is like, I don't know. Like, I think as long as they all go first, it should be fine, right? Okay, we'll come down too, but you guys go first.
Well, I was planning to bring up the back, so how about everybody else goes, you guys go, and then I'll go last.
Okay.
Okay, and 4 of my followers come, and 2 are in front of Teep and Tagak, and 2 are behind, and they're just being really comforting, holding hands with them, etc.
Okay. So the stairs lead down into a dank stone room with lots of cages.
Huh.
This is exactly as you remember seeing it before.
I cast light in order to be able to see better.
Okay.
And I got a nat 20 to beat weirdness. I feel like it was kind of wasted, but I guess I'll take it.
It is now a very well lit dank stone room with lots of cages that are empty of physical forms, but full of light now.
Would it be like roughly the same number of cages as there were spiders that attacked 1,000 years ago when we had that battle?
Like some of them are kind of big. It's not like necessarily one spider per cage.
Wow, they got spiders to share a cage without killing each other. That's like, these people know what they're doing.
Hey, some spiders can be good roommates.
So in the vision, there was a mirror. Is a mirror anywhere in this space?
Yes, there is a mirror, and it is definitely the mirror. Down by the mirror, there is a figure in a cloak.
There's a person who's just been waiting here for us? Oh, that poor soul.
That lucky soul.
Lying on their face.
Oh, they're dead. Okay, well.
Maybe they're doing yoga.
I guess I will, look at their body a bit, see what I can find.
Okay, what kind of checks are you doing?
I was thinking investigation more than I'm not looking for a pulse. I assume they're dead because, if it quacks like a duck.
I am going to go do a medicine check.
Okay, I won't because I wouldn't be able to tell if they had a pulse through all this armor.
And I would like to use my helm just in case they're saying, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Or help me.
Yeah, there's no thought activity coming from the body.
I'm going to be looking around, seeing if I can find a cause of death, a cause of unlife, a motive, a suspect.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. And because it is well lit in here, you can have advantage.
That's great because you'll never guess this, but a 5 was not what I was looking for. 24.
Okay.
I got a 23 on medicine.
Cool. So you learn several things. He was stabbed to death a lot, but in particular, there was a wound in his face. Someone stabbed this dude just right in the face.
Man, maybe the 5 would have been fine.
So other things you learned, though, he has spider guard armor under the cloak. This is that same armor that you've seen on the various guards. With the medical checks, you know that he's been dead since the day of the spider attack.
It's really precise.
Couldn't we have gotten that from the smell?
Yeah,
That's what a medical check is. You just
yes, whiff. But in addition, as you're poking through the body with your investigation,
Poking, looting.
I was gonna say after y'all are finished.
well, Georg gets to it first. He can decide what he wants to do with it. You find there's a rock in the pocket.
Is it particularly interesting?
It has a vibe to it. And what you got like a 24, right?
Yeah.
It's a recording rock.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to, I don't know, play it.
Yeah.
It starts with sound of the rock obviously being in the pocket.
I was gonna make a joke that the way we knew that how long he'd been dead is that he had like scratched on the wall. I am dying and the current date is. But actually, kind of, yeah, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a voice that sounds kind of muffled because the rock is in the pocket, but close by. Antoinette, sir, to what do I owe the pleasure? Come to observe my work? I've just completed this mission.
Well, at least he died experiencing pleasure.
Yeah, the joy of a job well done.
Then now there's another voice, which is coming from further away. You've done well, thank you. Do you know the thing they say about secrets? Secrets, sir? Yes, secrets. They say that 2 people can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Very droll, sir. I'm afraid I'm sharing this not as a joke, but a little more literally. There is a sound of a sword coming from a scabbard. Sir! And then there's a sound of what you're pretty sure is a body falling to the ground with a recording rock in its pocket.
Intern Terry Balls. That guy's a bad monologuer. We need to find the worst monologuer ever.
Wow. Thanks, Don. That's delightful. Thank you for bringing this into my house.
I know we're in your house. Metaphorically.
Yeah.
Sorry for swearing. I try not to.
Oh.
But I bet he does.
Okay, can we please stop?
By the intern's balls, we shall.
Okay. The obvious question is, do we recognize the voice?
No, you do not recognize either voice.
Would we have recognized the voice before the blasphemy?
No, I am not being that vindictive.
Would we recognize the voice if we threatened you with more blasphemy?
Don't push it, okay?
All right, so we knew there was another mirror. We found the other mirror.
One last question, because I don't remember things. Do we recognize the name? What was it, like Anton and
Antoinette?
Antoinette?
That's the dead guy, though, right?
No, the dead guy is the one that is a guard and is saying, sir, was the first voice that you heard, is the one that said, Antoinette, sir.
Oh, okay. So we got to fight Antoinette. Or say it again.
Antoinette.
Antoinette. All right, we got to find Antoinette.
Okay, smart Jimmy, go forth.
Finish the puzzle, Jimmy.
Solve it for me.
Does Dead Guard have anything else of value on them?
So you loot the body after?
Of course.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
I can point out all the valuable stuff.
Do you, though? That's the question.
It really depends. If there's something that is particularly,
All right, I got it 11.
I'll definitely help. That's some spider armor. He's got a rock in his pocket. It records stuff. Let's not overwrite that yet. I can't remember the rest of it, but I bet he's got a lot of stab wounds if you want to steal those.
He is dressed for the mission that he was on. So there's a pair of glasses frames, but not the glass themselves. They're laying on the ground by him, and they have been cut by the sword that stabbed him in the face. And he's got a sword, but it's in his scabbard and just a normal sword.
All right, I'll take a dead guy's normal sword.
Does it look like the stab wounds are from just a normal sword?
Yes. Doesn't seem anything particularly magical about them. Just a bunch of stab wounds.
I like the idea of being able to be like, I believe these stab wounds were done by a +2 dagger sword.
I mean, you could probably tell the difference between,
If it like burned
Yep.
on the way in or something
yeah.
like that.
Between a normal sword and a blazing fire. Yeah, definitely.
or radiant or, dagger.
All right.
General size of the sword. Was it a rapier? There's things you could know. Okay.
So our next step is we have to
Totally.
find the sword that was damaged in such a way that it must have stabbed someone in the face.
Well, and through like chainmail a bunch of times too.
This is going to be a little bit tricky.
Really, any sword with enough impetus.
All right. Let's ask Tagak and Teep. Hey, do you know anyone named Amtonet? Have you ever heard that name?
I feel like I've heard the name before, but I can't quite place it. But Teep is staring at something and doesn't answer.
Is it treasure? It's probably treasure.
Teep is staring at the mirror.
What's going on, Teep? Teep?
So
We attack Teep.
We don't attack Teep.
I get it. I love looking at myself in the mirror, so I start doing that too.
Oh no, we attack Eureka's.
No.
So Eureka's goes over and stands with Teep, and they're both staring at the mirror together.
Probably for very different reasons.
Teep whispers pretty quietly, just Eureka's can hear her. I know this mirror. It's my mom's.
Okay. I tell her.
You're going to have to speak up if you want the rest of us to hear you. What was that?
I look at all of you and I go, she's telling me something in confidence, so shush. And then I tell her, say that louder.
Teep turns around and looks at everybody. Tagak is like, yeah, babe, what's up? The mirror. It's my mom's.
Any chance it was stolen? Looking back on recent history.
How often does your mom get burgled in a month? On average. Rough guess is fine.
As far as I remember, y'all are the first.
I turn to the group and ask very seriously, do you think we might have stole it?
That's actually not a horrible question. We wouldn't even know. Anybody else recognize this thing? I didn't see it. Unless I did. Did I see it?
So I just start leading my followers into a chant because 4 of them are here. The chant goes something like, ignore Georg, clap, clap. And they turn it into a dance. And it's actually a really interesting interpretive dance.
That's great. Do I recognize it?
The mirror?
Yeah. Like, have I seen it? When I went in a weirdly inspired rampage of kleptomania,
No, this was not.
it was definitely not there.
Yeah.
No, it was not in any of the rooms that you guys went to.
Okay.
Teep, do you recognize the name?
No.
I'd like to read her thoughts just to make sure.
Her thoughts have returned to the mirror. She has a memory with her mom. You don't get the full scene. It's just like a flash of this memory of standing in front of the mirror in her mom's room with her mom.
Okay. And I look prettier than them, right?
Wait, who is it? Like, wait, are you talking about Eureka's?
Yeah.
So does Eureka's, in what context, look prettier than who?
Then both of them. Like, she has this memory and I'm reading it, but I look better.
Neither of them are prettier than Eureka's? Is this what you're saying?
She's confirming with the DM.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's definitely how Eureka sees it.
Okay.
The sorceress might be pretty hot, actually.
All right. Well, mystery solved. Seems like the sorceress
Jeez.
hired this Amtonip to get this spider thing done with this poor dead guard guy in the mirrors. Yeah, let's just go through this mirror back to the gambling hall and collect our money. Done, done, done.
I don't know if that counts as solved and irrefutable evidence.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice mirror, though. We should definitely keep it.
So we still don't technically know that the sorceress ordered anyone around. Even if Teep doesn't remember something being stolen, it's clearly pretty easy to steal stuff from this place.
It's true. Sorceress might be incompetent instead of guilty. Well, we could go knock on her door and ask her, after suggesting her what she knows about Amtanip.
For 8 hours for 1,000 years.
It does point towards her influence. We saw the spiral garden thing, and that was a little bit like her, or it felt like her.
Oh, it was? Oh, I wondered what y'all were like freaking out about.
Maybe we should go look for this person who might live locally. Maybe they've been a guest at this hotel. Maybe they've been a guest in the huts, and there's some record of that. Maybe they live in Cloaked.
Maybe the sorceress has an evil sister.
With like a smaller but worse tiny tower in the middle of this little courtyard.
Ideally, yeah.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't even need to check. Let's just go back and tell them that.
This is probably it in terms of we should probably call it because it's time.
Yep. Sorry, DM. We figured out your mystery. The twin sister approach. Well done. Took us a while, but we got there.
Yeah, we accomplished a lot.
Good game, everyone. Maybe the next one is like we'll do more like a murder mystery.
That seems good. Yeah, but it could be like a real mystery this time.
Are we just going to shut the trap door and shut the door and just kind of leave the body where it is?
Yeah. Don't tamper with a crime scene.
Okay, cool.
Except the rock, right?
Except for the rock and stealing his sword.
Yeah. Except to take what you want, obviously.
Was there anything else in the area that we could, I don't know, loot indiscriminately, ideally?
Okay. So a couple of questions along the way. One, does Rupert take the whole sword and scabbard and belt and everything and strap it to his side?
Yep.
Or is this like going into a mirror bag?
Nope. It goes on my side, but it vanishes into my illusion.
Okay. So as you're poking around, I'm going to let your investigation carry over. There is a trap door on the ceiling enclosed by a cage.
It's a spider catcher.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be what it is. I think Georg's investigation was good enough. You suspect that it is on the other side of the big fence down into the forest.
So they just trapped spiders and brought them here? That's how this worked?
Very possibly.
Probably some kind of bait up there. If only Beeb were here.
Yeah, if Beeb were here, he could cook up some spiders for us.
Ever since you tried to summon Tagak and it happened, you've been thinking that you can do that again. And it's not going to. This is a one-time thing.
I really thought he might fall down the chute. I was hoping.
This episode featured Chelsea Burns as Harmony as Eurekas.
I'm impressed that we all managed to work while fasting.
Find her on Instagram at Chelsea Comedy. Chris Grumbles as Dawn as Georg.
I check one of the friendship bracelets to see if it's like, need a cult estate agent? Call Eurekas.
Find him on Instagram at Chris Grumbles. Desiree Phair as Rozafeen as Hellena and Justice.
So we're just going to have rations on top of this dead body?
Silas Silver as Vafrus, as Calumn as Rupert.
I can see the place we're trying to go, right? I would like to go there.
Check out his RPG at readysetroll.org. Mark E. Phair as Tanim the DM.
Not relevant.
Find him at markephair.com. And me, Damien Lichtenstein, as the intern. Oh, I have a cup of water right here that I can sip for effect. Find me on Instagram at thatdamnlich. Thank you for listening to Coffee, Cults, and Empires, edited by Mark and Desiree. Music by Kevin Vitzwong. Hear more music at kevinvitzwong.bandcamp.com. Character art and logo design by Carmanda. Find her at carmandaartsthings.com. Sensitivity Consulting by Dominique Dickey. Find links to more of their work at dominiquedickey.com. Support us on Patreon for access to outtakes, world building, and more. Find all these links in the episode notes or at coffeecultsandempires.com. That's coffeecultsandempires.com.
I would like my followers, while we're passing through, to just toss out friendship bracelets so they end up on the doorknobs with my information.
I check one of the friendship bracelets to see if it's like, need a cultist state agent? Call Eureka's.
With little recipes on the side.
Definitely. A heist, yeah.
Yeah. The casino job.
Pause. Whoever's drinking the ice, the editor is going to have to edit each one of those things out.
Sorry.
Sorry, 1 second. Oh, someone's phone is
Sorry, that was me.
okay. There was also a loud car driving by, so
Sounded like a didgeridoo.
Actually, can I redo that? I just realized, oh God is not a great exclamation.